right, good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? My name is Nathan Clark with the Nathan Clark team, and today a quick video I want to do because it's a very common question that I get is, what should I do to my house before I put it on the market? I probably get this question at least once a week talking to somebody, and it's a very common question, so I figured I'd answer it for everybody, be able to help everybody out there and go from there. So if you want more information, I actually put more on my website. You go to nathanclarkteam.com. And under sellers, it's actually 27 tips. Today, I'm going to go over the 7 common home fixes that you should do before you're selling. So let's jump right into that. So you're looking to put your home on the market. The process of getting a property ready to put on the market can seem really daunting. There's clearing up clutter, endless amounts of cleaning, organizing, scrutinizing your property with a fine-tooth comb. So what needs attention? What can you leave alone? So that's a really good question. And today I'm going to go over the top 7 of these. And these are things you really don't want to ignore. So the first thing let's talk about is structural and mechanical. It's not really glamorous, but buyers are looking at big ticket items. The first thing that comes in mind is a roof. And so one of the gentlemen that I was talking to about a roof the other day was telling me, my roof's coming towards the age of its life there. It's 25-year roof. It's about 24, 25 years old. What should I do? And in those circumstances, I would say either put a new roof on it based on how it looks. Like if it looks like potato chips curling up for your roof there, then put a new roof on, or give the seller a credit. The buyer a credit for what they're looking to do there. Most of the times, the buyers are fine with the credit for something like that, a roof. But it's items like, let's say structural foundation or things like that. Those things need to be repaired prior. A roof is a pretty common thing that you can get a budget on and have somebody, for this example, $7,000 to do, show the buyer, hey, it needs a roof. We know it needs a roof at $7,000. You can do it yourself. But if it gets into other big ticket items like structural foundation, as I said before, leaking pipes, things like that, I would get into fixing those things yourself prior to putting it on the market. Take care of that with it. So not everything has to be done, but things like leaking pipes, structural cracks, that's just over the head for most buyers. And believe it or not, guys, most buyers nowadays has changed from even 10, 15 years ago, that people are working, both people are working. They don't have time to get to fixer-uppers as much than doing it themselves as we see before. So being able to take care of those things off the burden of the buyer does go a long way. So keep that in mind with what you're doing. If you're not going to do the roof, for example, then expect to just make a credit for that as you go forward. A lot of times people, too, lack the budget to be able to do those things when having that of putting a roof on, so you can just do it later on or extend that to the buyer to do there. So the next thing to go over with you guys is exterior. How does the exterior of your home look? This is really a good time that you want to get into the buyer's shoes and take a ride by your home and look at it really through the eyes of how the buyer would look through it. Like, is there any wood rot? When was the last time the home was painted? If you have stucco, there are cracks from the foundation that you can see on the outside. The first impression that the buyer has starts from the outside of the property. So like the outside door, does that need to be painted? Is it cracking paint? When's the last time you had something fresh up with it to really make it pop while buyers drive by? So take a ride by, look at it as a buyer, or look at it, how does the home stand out? Which really gets to the third biggest one, landscaping. Landscaping is important. We always say sometimes, you see these houses on the market and it looks like it would bark at you as you drove by. So the landscaping people see, is it overgrown? Do you have trees hanging over the home? Are the planting beds in need of some fresh mulch, rocks, etc.? So take care of those things. You have overgrown tree limbs hanging over the house, blocking the home's view. Those are relatively inexpensive investments that you can do that really freshen the home up. Adding plants, mowing the lawn, things like that, really keep it tip-top. Number 4, cosmetic. So let's face it out there, buyers buy with their eyes, right? So the time to do the inside things, from dents on the walls, scratches on the walls, where your kid painted a mural on the wall with crayons, now's the time to spruce those things up. Very simply, light coverings, 98 cents at Home Depot. Freshen those up. Very easy way to do that. You'd be surprised how far a little paint inside that will go. So when it comes to paint colors, choose a really neutral color, something that the buyer can look at it themselves and be able to match their furniture and things like that in there. If even the house is in good shape and you might have different colors, I remember going into houses and the kid's bedroom was black. So I would probably paint that black room and lighten things up a little bit. That's never been in style unless you're 16 and you hate your dad. So that's something that you can do over again there. But paint is a pretty inexpensive thing that most people can do. But if any of these things happen that you can't do yourself, we have a long list of people that can help you out from paint to clean out the gutters. Just give us a call. Number 5, kitchen. Now, this is an area that's always huge with buyers, right? Is kitchen and bathrooms is what sells houses. Even the buyers barely know how to boil water. They're always envisioning themselves in the kitchen cooking and entertaining, or perhaps, auditioning for the next Food Network TV star. So the kitchen is a really big deal. And I will tell you, if I talk to most sellers and I ask them how old their kitchen is, they'll be like, oh, we just changed it 20 years ago. And we'll talk about things of doing a kitchen over. And 99.9% of people underestimate the cost to do a kitchen. They usually think it's about $15,000 to do. And if anybody's done a kitchen recently, I don't know if anybody can get it done for less than 30, a good sized kitchen, up to date. So when it comes to doing a whole kitchen over, it's your call. Really depends on the price range you're in. I would more or less say that'd be something that you can just price the property knowing it needs a new kitchen versus getting into designing the whole kitchen yourself the way you'd like it and then expecting a buyer to come pay for it the way you did it, because your taste and the buyer's taste may be totally different. So keep that in mind. But there are simple things you can do, like think new hardware on the cabinets, adding or changing out a dated tile backsplash, updating appliances. Those are pretty inexpensive things you can do, even like getting a remnant granite slab to put on there. That really does help at some points to really make a kitchen pop. And I talked about bathrooms. Simple and clean rules the day. Sprucing up your bathrooms to sell could be as simple as having the grout on the existing tile steam cleaned. I did that about a year ago. Great company out in Gloucester there. They came out that day. It was a father and son, and I'm sorry I forget the name of the company, but I'll plug it on my next one. They did a great job, and they did my kitchen, and it came out awesome. It makes all the caulking look good. That's a great investment right there, a couple $100 depending on the size. And last 7, flooring. Looking at flooring, listen, what you walk on creates value. If you can afford to make an investment in one significant part of your home, I would say the flooring gets a ton of responses. Taking up that the carpet or that shag carpeting from 1976, great investment to replace. There's a lot of affordable things out there. Think like wide plank, light colored or hand scraped tiles. That style right there is very, very popular right now. And the new flooring really transformed the look of your space and give it a wow factor that buyers desire. So hopefully that information helped. Like I said, I wanted to pop that out because it's a very common question I get. If you guys have more questions you'd like, please put them in the comments below. You can email me, Nathan@NathanClarkTeam.com. And like I said, I got 27 more tips on my website at NathanClarkTeam.com. You can go to, look under sellers, and it'll be 27 tips right there, free report. Feel free to grab that. I hope everybody has a great day today, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Take care, guys.